Jared, great to see you as always. Clearly, this 90% effectiveness, how significant is that for Pfizer, and how significant is it for some of the rival vaccine developers?
Well, it's obviously very significant for Pfizer, and so you're seeing the stock reflect that, and the market's obviously having one of the better days of the year on the back of this 90% rate. I think it just raises the bar for the rest of these programs. 90% is a very high number. I think all the subsequent data readouts that we see over the next few weeks to months are going to have to emulate that fairly closely for the vaccines to be taken seriously head-to-head.
Is this an emotional reaction from shareholders on the stocks? Because as we understand it, the vaccines are going to be given for free.
It's very emotional. I mean, we've been talking about this for months. The fact that the actual economics or the financial gain when you look at the biotech and pharma space is fairly minimal in context of these companies more broadly, especially for the large cap pharmaceutical names like a Pfizer. But this move makes sense. The stock had been fairly beaten up. Pharma as a category has been one of the worst performing sectors within healthcare and one of the worst in the entire market, you could argue. So I think there's a little bit of an emotional trade here, but the market's the bigger deal today, outside of what we're seeing from Pfizer or some of the peers.
When you look, Jared, at some of the other big vaccine development candidates, are there any that you think should be worried share price-wise by this result from Pfizer that already has so much in their stock price based on hopes for a vaccine that if they don't hit 90% could be taken out of the share price again?
Well, I think any company that is, not as large as a Pfizer, doesn't have the distribution or infrastructure, should certainly be worried. We've been, putting out this basket on an almost weekly basis, talking about the small and mid-cap companies within the vaccine complex that we feel like are going to be compromised if one of the larger pharmaceutical companies like a Pfizer is able to dominate. And I think 90% efficacy leads us to believe that this thesis will continue to work. I think the larger the company, with good data, it's going to be hard to beat these type of infrastructures that can give you, mass distribution at a low price. And you add on the results today at a 90% bar, that's the new hurdle for all these companies to, either come in line with or beat.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.